Hello, and welcome to Lesson 9 Vocabulary. Your essential questions for today are: how can we use word attack strategies to figure out unfamiliar words? And why are root words, prefixes, and suffixes important? As you notice, we are focusing on the same essential questions as the last lesson. We will be looking at these essential questions throughout the pod. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define vocabulary from The News by Neil Postman and define the Latin root word temp. All right, so why are root words important? Well, here's some reasons. They are the main part or foundation of a word. They identify what part of the body a term is related to. And all words have at least one root word, so they're very important. A root word may be used alone or be combined with other elements to form a complete word. Let's take a look at an example. Gastritis. Gast is the root word, and itis is the suffix. Blend them together, you get gastritis. All right, so take a look over here at this three-piece puzzle. You have the prefix, the root, and the suffix. Remember that the prefix is in the beginning of a word, a root word is typically in the middle, and a suffix is at the end. Can you think of some prefixes? All right, here's an example. The word redo. Re, R-E, is the prefix. How about the word giving? Do you know the suffix? The suffix is ing, I-N-G. It's at the end of the word give. Let's learn a new root word from your story. The Latin root temp means time. Let's look at some words that refer to time. Here's the first. Contemporary. Contemporary means at the current time. The root word is in the middle. The second word is temporary. Temporary means for a short time, and temp is in the beginning of the word. The last word is temporize, to do something to gain time. Here, the root word is in the beginning. Can you think of some sentences to use these three words? All right, so contemporary. You can create some contemporary or new art. Also, the word temporary. Maybe you're taking a course in math, but it's only temporary or for half a semester. And lastly, temporize. This is when you do something to gain time. Maybe you temporize a situation because you don't want to get into it. Taking a look again at our word attack strategies. Do you remember these 8 strategies? Please remember the dictionary is not the only way to figure out a word, and sometimes the dictionary has multiple meanings. All right, so let's take a look at our chart. This is our word attack chart, and again, I have filled in 3 sections for you. Our new words, pronounce them with me, are compensation, daunting, imposition, medium, revered, and temporal. So what do these words mean? Well, compensation is a reward for loss, injury, or suffering. If you take a look at the picture here, there's money being paid out, or compensation for some reason. The antonym to this, or the opposite, is debt or loss. Our next word is daunting, something that's very intimidating, maybe a path into the dark, unknown woods. If you take a look at the picture of this little boy, he's looking at all these books. This is very daunting and intimidating. Maybe he wanted to read. And lastly, the antonym for this would be calm, comforting, delightful. So the opposite of daunting. The third word is imposition. beginning or introduction of something imposed upon. If you take a look, here is an old school typewriter and there's a blank page. So it hasn't started yet, but it's about to have writing and text. So in position, I want you to think it's the beginning of maybe a story. The antonym would be the end. Medium. Again, this can have two meanings, but for this story, it means a way or type of communicating information. One medium is the newspaper. There is no antonym here. Revered is the next word. This is regard with or having great respect. You can revere a famous football player or a famous soccer player. It's someone that you have a lot of respect for and you look up to. The antonym would be to despise. Lastly, temporal. This is relating to time. And as you can see, I have a picture here of a clock on the wall. The antonym would be something permanent, lasting, endless. All right, so hopefully you've been taking some notes and trying to pronounce these words. Remember, the goal is to see if you can use these words in a sentence and you have an understanding of what they mean. Let's take a look at our checklist. Can you define 6 new vocabulary words and use them in a sentence? Do you know what the Latin root word temp means? And lastly, can you list 4 new word attack strategies? If you can do these things, answer the questions below this video. Good luck!